Not a sellout, but a very vocal crowd here. They make a lot of noise in Oakland. And Coleman will take it a yard deep, slips for a moment. He's going to run out. Not a good decision. And he is down at the 16-yard line. For San Diego will go to work. It was Kenny Shedd who got it. Stan Humphries will lead out the offense. Here is that offensive line, and it has been moved around.
Well, they've completely changed it. Von Parker's gone from right to left. Tony Birdie goes to right tackle. Isaac Davis at right guard. Stan Humphries was running for his life, and none of the guys you see on this screen, the backs and receivers, were any kind of a factor because the line got killed in Green Bay.
Leonard Russell is the remaining back. Pupuna moves across in motion. Sprint out left, throwing and incomplete. And had pressure all the way, just as he did against Green Bay.
If you're going to roll out, you better roll out away from Pat Swilling, number 56 at defensive end. Swilling comes into this game with 99.5 sacks. He picks up the work. Jones gets the hit on Humphries. And this is deja vu early all over again for Stan Humphries.
Now, Pat Swilling told us all of his teammates have been on his back. They all know he needs that half sack to hit the century mark. Russell dropped for a loss. Ball is loose. A scramble for it. San Diego recovers. The Oakland defense, as you stated at the top of the show, for Oakland to win, the defense has to do it for them. The defense has to do it for San Diego. Right now, the Raider defense controlling the game.
Well, Eric Moten doesn't get off the ball. And you know who that frees up? The last man on this defense you want to free up is Chester McLaughlin. He gets in there untouched. This is so far just mishaps and mayhem for the Chargers offense.
Third down. Stan has pressure, dumps it off in the backfield. Slipping a tackle is Terrell Fletcher, and then he is out of bounds. Well shy of the 20-yard line, and about 7 or 8 yards shy of the first down. It was Andre Bruce who got him. The Chargers will be kicking it away.
Hey, Charlie, it's awfully early, but the point was made by the Chargers coaches this week that their football team against Green Bay was not ready to play. Mike White's football team right now for the Raiders is absolutely ripping Bobby Ross's boys.
And here is the kick. Tim Brown is the return man, and he pulls it in at the 27-yard line, to the 35, to the 40, maybe down around the 42-yard line. 54 yards on the kick by Darren Bennett, 9 yards on the return, and Dwayne Gordon made the tackle. And Jeff Hostetler will lead the offense of the Oakland Raiders. And here's that offensive line.
And their job is to protect Jeff Hostetler, because right now with that knee of his, he is not a scrambling threat. He is a statue and a target.
Backs and receivers.
I really like Derek Fenner and what he brings to this offense. Not only can they use him as a tight end, he's a very good lead blocker and catches out of the backfield.
They mark the ball at the 43-yard line. Oakland starting with excellent field position. The pitch is to Harvey Williams. Williams around the corner. He is brought down at the 50-yard line.
Charlie, you got to check this out. We talked about Junior Seau Wednesday. Slight pull of the hamstring. Let's check him out. Is he running full speed? Not on your life. Look at that leg. He is favoring that leg. 9 times out of 10, he gets to the flat and makes that play. Look for the the Raiders to split out backs and to test him, make him run, make him pull his hamstring.
Gain of 7, 2nd and 3. Hostetler goes deep. One hand juggle incomplete. Tim Brown couldn't pull it in. Willie Clark, who draws the starting assignment with Dwayne Harper out and Rodney Harrison were there. Speaking of the Chargers defense, here it is.
Well, here's a group that has the pressure on him, Charlie. If Junior Seau is not effective, these guys have to rush the passer, and they have 1 sack in 3 games.
And the secondary, linebackers in secondary.
Well, if Junior Seau doesn't last long, 4th-year man Dwayne Gordon has to come in and play for him. So Bobby Ross's crew is obviously hoping they can put a little spit and staples on this hamstring and keep it together.
5 in the secondary, 3rd down and 3. The Chargers went 3 and out. Raiders go deep, and it is overthrown. Did we get a flag? Yes, far side, 49-yard line.
False start, number 84 on the offense, moving prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty, still third down.
Charlie, if there's one guy that can't be affected by the crowd, I talked about how crazy the Raiders were going. It's got to be the quarterback. And even though they blew that whistle, Jeff Hostetler was taking his shot downfield, and he looks a little excited. He overthrows when he gets excited, and he overthrew that one by about 5 yards.
Remember, he told us yesterday that when you look back, there are 5 or 6 plays during a game that you have to make, but you never know when they're going to happen. They could be happening right now. Third down and 8. Otherwise, it's 3 and out. And he way overthrows Tim Brown. So the defenses both stand up, 3 and out both sides, and that means that the Raiders will be kicking.
Well, you saw Brett Favre start a Monday night game a couple weeks ago, much like Hostetler just started his, just airballing these things and overthrowing the passes. That right leg of Hostetler is where he hurt his knee in that preseason game. Just remember, that's the quarterback's plant leg.
Jeff Gossett will be kicking to Darian Gordon. And we've got whistles and flags. And a high, lazy floater.
A needless
high lazy floater. Yes, another false start.
False start, number 46 on the offense, moving prior to the snap. The 5-yard penalty, still fourth down.
Well, the NFL's most penalized team over the last 8 decades, it seems, or however long they've been playing football in the pros. You know, right now they just seem to have a little too much caffeine and sugar in their system. They can't sit still. It's good on defense. It doesn't do much good on offense.
They're showing us why they capture that honor each year. Good hang time. Gordon takes it at the 10. Squirms for about 6 yards on the replay. We've got a flag. It was 50 yards on the kick, a 6-yard return.
A penalty flag on the play.
And we'll check out the penalty flag.
7 yards on the return.
It will be against the Chargers.
San Diego.
Illegal block in the back, number 87 on the return team, on the run back. That's half the distance to the goal. First down.
On the rookie Brian Roach. We're going to step aside for a moment. We have no score. You're watching the NFL on NBC. It's time remaining. First quarter, no score. San Diego on offense for the second time in the ballgame. They start from the 7, and there's absolutely nothing there for Leonard Russell. And he is stopped by that defensive front 4. Let's take a look at them. Anthony Smith, Russell Maryland, Chester McLaughlin, Pat Swilling.
For all intents and purposes, Charlie, it's a front 8. All backups play, and a lot of blitzing out of these 3 linebackers, especially out of Mike Jones. This is stunt, blitz, go kill the quarterback time for this Raiders defense.
Second down and 10. Capuno starts way back. Hand signals. Hand signals. He's changing the play with hand signals. Quick drop. Pass is complete far side. The noise factor really comes into play here.
You know, it's interesting. Stan does a great job adjusting, working with his receivers there in the midst of all that sound. It's exactly why Jeff Hostetler says you can't run the no huddle on the road. Is the visiting or the home team will make so much noise you can't do it. That was a good illustration of how a quarterback that knows the offense, is comfortable in the offense, can adjust to the noise.
Third down and 1, double tight end on the set for the Chargers. Needing just a yard. It's not going to be there. Albert Lewis leading the Raider defense.
You know, when you're looking at an offensive and a defensive line going at each other, you look at the shirts. Who's controlling that line of scrimmage? Well, I'll tell you what, the white shirts aren't getting too far past the 15-yard line. They are getting stuffed And I guess the highlight for Stan Humphries there is, well, better Russell than me. At least if I don't have the ball, they won't hit me.
Leonard Russell is 6'2", 240 pounds. It is not there. You saw Ron Frederickson, the linebacker for the Raiders, come off holding his arm. Here is the kick. Tim Brown moves up, takes it at the 41-yard line. To the 50, cut down at the 45-yard line of San Diego. 44 yards on the kick, a 14-yard return. 3 and out again. We'll step aside. We are scoreless. You're watching the NFL on NBC. The defenses would dominate, and thus far they have.
Well, the Raiders defense is dominated. Remember what I also said about the offense of the Raiders. It's not their job so much to win it. They have to be conservative and get some points. Field goals are good enough for this offense.
They try the left side. Not a lot there for Harvey Williams. Reuben Davis with the tackle. They're going to spot it for a gain of a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9 as you check out the ticker. Green Bay loses to Minnesota. They continue to lose in Minnesota. Carolina 23-7 over the 49ers. Who would have thought? And that was with Berline at quarterback. Giants beat the Jets. The Jets now are 0-4.
Well, who'd have thought those two teams could manage 19 points between them?
That's true. That's true. We'll also have some baseball scores for you. Osteller to throw. Underneath the coverage, pass is complete to Derek Finner. Finner's going to pick up about 6 yards on the play as we go to New York for an update. Greg?
All right, Charlie. Final seconds of the regulation time in Foxborough. Mark Brunell of the Jaguars to Andre Rison. Brunell had completed a Hail Mary earlier. Andre Rison pulls this one in at the 1. He doesn't get into the end zone. They go to overtime. New England has won the toss. They're tied at 25. Charlie.
All right, Greg, thank you for the update. Interestingly enough, here we are scoreless. 0-0. Oakland has a 3rd down and 2. Harvey Williams, a halfback pass. Loops it, has a man wide open. Overthrows. Ricky Dudley. His rookie tight end. He was wide open. Now it's 4th down and 2. Do you go for it?
No, you don't go for it here. You pooch it down and trap him. But watch something Ricky Dudley does. Watch his arms as he's running at the ball. You cannot run as fast with your arms stretched out as you can without him. Why not do it late? But, I mean, he's not exactly getting a touch pass from a quarterback. It's a halfback out of LSU, and Harvey Williams is a great runner, but he's obviously not much of a lobber. A long field goal, Charlie.
From 54 yards away, and it is no good. So Cole Ford tries and misses from 54 yards out. The Chargers will take over at the line of scrimmage when we come back. They're going for the field goal.
Not at all. Between these two offenses, they've gained 26 yards. Play field position and pin them back.
Play action fake. Pass is incomplete. Shannon Mitchell, the H-back, the intended receiver. It's been 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, and 3 and out. San Diego with 11 yards of total offense. The Oakland Raiders with 15 yards of total offense.
Well, you know, Charlie, right there was just a little flip-out pass by Stan Humphries, a 5-step drop, and he still had 3 Raiders in his face. I hope this guy got a lot of rest this week and stretched very well this morning, because he's going to be running for his life at this rate.
2nd and 10. Here's Russell, left side. Just a couple of yards, maybe a yard. Chester McLaughlin leads the Raider defense.
You know, one of the things Bobby Ross faces right now is he's got an offensive line that's got new starters. We mentioned that. That's coming off kind of shell shock, getting hammered last week by the Packers. They're looking for something confidence-wise. And right now they're trying to establish something. But we know that something so far is not pass protection, because they haven't done much of that. The something they're trying to do is running, and that's getting stuffed.
3rd down and 8, San Diego. 0 for 2 3rd down opportunities. Sprint right, set, go deep. Tony Martin overthrown, way overthrown. He was running a post pattern, coming back to the inside. The throw was 4 and up down the sideline. So again for the Chargers, 3 and out.
Well, actually, it was a very nice play by Terry McDaniel down there, because where Martin wants to get is on the outside. He wants to get on the outside towards the sideline. McDaniel had the body position and wouldn't let him get to where you saw Humphries throw the ball.
Darren Bennett, look at that. He is averaging 49 yards a carry.
He can't kick it too good, though. It's great for returners as far as he can kick it.
This is a good one, though. Straight up, great hang time, fair catch. Fair catch. Taken at the 12-yard line by Tim Brown. And so in reality, the Raiders will have their worst field position following that 43-yard kick. NBC Premier Week continues Monday. Neither offense able to mount any kind of a drive.
And let's be very aware, too, of where Junior Seau is and where specifically Napoleon Kaufman. If he comes in the game, I split him out and I make Junior run with him.
And Kaufman is in the offensive set. He is the remaining back. He told us yesterday, limited opportunities. He wants to make the most of them. Hostetler slips. Still has time, and now he's going to be sacked. Reuben Davis will get the sack. That is the first sack for the Chargers in this ball game. That is only their third on the year. The second by the defensive line.
Take a look at Hostetler's feet. See them slide out like that? This field here is much like the one at Candlestick I played on. If it's high tide, it gets all slick and slippery. A lot of the players are complaining about it from San Diego before the game that they had no footing.
Here's Kaufman right side. He's around the corner. Almost breaks it. Just a step away. Oh. Rodney Harrison and Willie Clark, after the gain of 13, in reality saved the touchdown.
You got to take a look at Junior Seau, number 55 from the backside. Look at him get in the backfield. He just gets a piece. A healthy Junior Seau with a healthy right hamstring, I think, gets there. And a lot of the play calling we're seeing in the running game right now is predicated on making these linebackers run, and especially making Junior Seau run.
Derek Bennett, the fullback. Harvey Williams now the tailback, short yardage, and he is going to be stopped. He will end up losing yards. It'll again be 3 and out, and he lost his footing. He was slipping a bit, particularly at this end of the Coliseum. It has always been that way here, going back to when they originally played.
Well, these fields, Charlie, are right on the bay, much like Candlestick and here. Watch the footing, but also watch the blocking. There is not much blocking there. They've got a big, wide-bodied offensive line that plays awfully soft at times here for the Oakland Raiders.
And in the old days, when the Raiders originally played here, this end of the end zone was known for heavy watering. Here's Darian Gordon on the return. Can he get around the corner? He does. Has a block. Now he only needs to get past the punter. He cannot do that. Jeff Gossett just held him up long enough for the Raiders to bring him down. 42 yards in the kick, but a 31-yard return. Carl Kidd got it. Back in a moment. NBC Sports to provide an aerial view of the Oakland Coliseum. Snoopy 2 does not require home base. Constantly over the road, logging more than 60,000 miles a year. 27-yard line, a fumble on the exchange from the center to the quarterback.
Hey, look at where the ball is on the field, though. You've got that dirt right where the dirt and the grass meet. And on this field here at Oakland, remember, we're sitting on whole plate right here. And it goes from right to left. You got an awful lot of the middle of this field, about 35, 40 yards between the hash marks, is in the dirt. That snap, bad snap, was caused by a ball coming off the dirt that never got up to Humphrey's hands.
Second down, 13. Humphreys to throw. Has time, has a man, come back pattern. It is deep. He went to about the 13-yard line as Tony Martin. He comes back. They're going to give him the point of the reception, and that's going to be a first down.
Man, as Tony Martin matured as a football player, he really knows how much of a focal point he can be for a lot of defenses. Here he's matched up man-on-man with Albert Lewis. He played such a strong game last week against Jacksonville. Great job of pushing him off and coming back to that ball for Stan.
That is the first down of the ball game, period, with just over 5 minutes to go in the first quarter as Leonard Russell carries. Darren Carrington, the former Charger, is there to make the tackle at the 12-yard line.
Charlie, remember I was talking about a field position game with defense.
Yes.
You want an illustration of why you don't try that 54-yard field goal?
We've seen it, haven't we?
Exactly. You got a chance for Darren Bennett, an excellent punter, to pin your team back You get a big return, and suddenly you're not playing field position. You're playing keep them out of the end zone.
And the other thing, in the pregame warm-up, Jeff Gossett was standing at the 50-yard line. Coffin corner kicks both sides inside the 5-yard line. Here is Russell. There's power on power. The fullback against the defensive front of the Raiders. Greg Bickert with the tackle.
This is all about forward lean. Watch Russell's shoulder pads. He gets a soft spot in the middle. How would you like to be a safety or a linebacker? All you're seeing is shoulder pads and forehead coming at you. There's nothing for you to try to tackle but his shoes. At least nothing that isn't going to hurt if you try to tackle it.
6-yard line, first down, goal to go. Has a man open, hits him, touchdown. Far side is Terrell Fletcher. Six-yard touchdown pass, and for Terrell, that is his first touchdown of the year.
Boy, a combination here, Charlie, of guys looking lost on defense and players slipping and falling. Look at that. Albert Lewis slips and falls, and when he slips and falls, he runs into Darren Carrington, who's supposed to be over there for coverage. Combination of good offensive scheme and bad defensive execution.
Set up, though, like you said, by the field goal attempt that missed, then the field position. The Chargers won that battle. The return by Gordon set it up, and then the drive from the 27-yard line, scoring in 5 plays. And San Diego moves on top by a score of 7-0 as we move to New York for an update with Greg Gumbel. For the update, and here, of course, it's San Diego with the first score of the ball game as they are now out in front of the Oakland Raiders. And that score is 7-0. Stan Humphries just throwing his 4th touchdown pass of the season. And he throws it to Terrell Fletcher. By the way, for Fletcher, that's only his 12th reception.
Well, look at Humphries right here on the sideline working on that left hand. Remember, he's the guy that had the bad elbow a couple of years ago. How's he do it? Oh, that could be a little embarrassing. Doesn't do it on a helmet. Looks like he does it falling down on the ground. But that is a tough guy. We got 2 guys in this game right now at quarterback that could play offensive line if you fatten them up a little bit. Put about 40, 50 pounds on Hostetler and Stan Humphries. They'd make great offensive guards.
John Carney now to kick it away for San Diego. And Kenny Shedd, or is that Napoleon Kaufman, is going to run it out from the end zone, and we've got a flag down. And we got some pointing by the Chargers. 18 yards on the return. Should it stand up? And that is Mike Morton, number 50, who is down for the Raiders. The penalty will be against Oakland.
Well, getting that field position break and getting to get that touchdown has changed the momentum and the emotion between these 2 teams. San Diego is now the one on the aggression, on the move.
That's a 10-yard penalty. First down.
The penalty on Andre Bruce of the Oakland Raiders. We're going to step aside. Chargers have the lead, 7-0. It was just announced that Carolina defeated the 49ers today.
Well, 2 of the expansion teams won today. The Giants and Carolina, and the Jets, the other 2 expansion teams, the Jets and the Jacksonville team lost.
Hey, you do have a way of capturing the moment.
Calling those 2 New York teams expansion teams right now, I think, is an insult to expansion teams.
I was going to say, you're going to get phone calls from Carolina. Now, Raiders, 9-yard line. Hostetler, 3 steps, pressure, throws, intercepted. San Diego has the ball. It is Kurt Gavea with the interception. And a golden opportunity to move up by a score of 14-0. They lead 7-0. Gavea has his 2nd interception of the year to go with an 8-yard return. 3rd interception for Hostetler this year.
Well, my 12-year-old daughter would say one thing about this. Duh. There's somebody right in front of you. Why are you throwing the ball right into the linebacker's hands? I'm sure Hostetler's got to be beating himself on the head right now. Chris Collingsworth made the point in the pregame show about what a fiery leader Hostetler is, and he's grabbing helmets and beating people on the head. Well, he should be beating himself on the head right now. Aaron Hayden is now the tailback, and he's going to be dropped for a loss.
The ball was just outside of the 10-yard line, and a late flag comes flying in from the corner.
Somebody has been baited into a penalty.
That was the back judge, Paul Boats, who threw the long flag in. It is against the Raiders. I believe that is their 4th penalty of the ball game. Yes. Already, we're still in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 to play.
That's the kind of penalty that drives Mike White nuts, because he talks about all the time, you know, there's smart penalties. There's penalties that you make that are just things you're trying hard.
Personal foul, number 91 on the defense, unnecessary roughness after the play was over. That is a first down.
On Chester McLaughlin.
And then there's penalties that Mike White could basically call the dumb ones. I mean, you can turn a defensive game if you're being too aggressive and not being smart into a real stupidify.
Yeah. They spot the ball on the 7-yard line. The referee, Bernie Kukar, stops everything with a whistle. He wants to know why the ball is on the 7-yard line. Well, they're going to tell him you're splitting the distance because the ball was at the 14 at the end of the play, and the penalty took place after the play was over. So now that he understands, we're ready to go again. 7-yard line.
Turns off his mic and says, never mind. I knew that.
First down. Humphreys, a little flare into the corner. Does he have it? Yes. And it is Tony Martin. Tony Martin with his first touchdown of the ball game and his 4th of the year for 7 yards. And suddenly the Chargers have jumped on top, 13-0 with the extra point to come.
A quick flip, maximum protection, great concentration. He gets Albert Lewis one-on-one with Tony Martin. Remember earlier, McDaniel took the outside away. Martin could go right to the outside, and Humphreys put it in the perfect spot. Lewis gave him way too much cushion, especially down there in that part of the field.
Kurt Govea's interception setting up this touchdown. Just as Darian Gordon's return set up the first, and the Chargers have moved on top of the Oakland Raiders by a score of 14-0 with 3 minutes and 5 seconds still to go, and we're in the first quarter.
They want to do offensively because they're just not powerful enough.
58 seconds between touchdowns for San Diego. The deep backs for Oakland, number 84 is Kenny Shedd, and number 26 is Napoleon Kaufman. John Carney will kick off. And Shedd is going to step. He loses his shoe and is stopped by Kaufman. They'll have the touchback, bringing out the 20-yard line. A very good decision.
That is a slippery field.
Yes.
When your cleats not only won't hold, but your shoes won't hold.
A check of the ticker.
Charlie, let's keep an eye on Jeff Hostetler. Watch his right hand. At the end of that last pass that was intercepted by Kurt Govea, his right hand got hit. He spent the whole time on the sideline warming up and throwing balls, and they were kind of fluttering on him over here.
So Oakland starts from their own 20-yard line, first down. They trailed the Chargers 14-0. 3-step drop, far side, pass is complete. Tim Brown, and he is down. He'll pick up around 7 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
And Hostetler put that one out there on a rope. Tim Brown off to his usual good start. I mean, here's a guy that since Jeff Hostetler has come to the Raiders, he has done wonders for Tim Brown. This Raiders offense so far has generated 29 yards offense.
2nd down and 3. Is there anything on the ground? Slips a tackle, gets around the corner. Junior comes up limping and is down on the near side. Seau would have normally had him. Stretch for him, may have hurt that hamstring again. He comes up limping. They're going to get him out of there, I'm sure.
Oh, they've got to get him out of there. He cannot run full speed. He couldn't get to the outside. You just saw that thing grab on him. That means a big, big assignment for Dwayne Gordon, 52. But watch Junior right here. He wants to accelerate. The heart and the soul want to go, but one muscle won't let him.
They had 4th down on the sideline marker. It's 3rd down.
Hey, you can't say enough about what he means to the Chargers. Not even the Chargers defense, to the Chargers as a team.
The fiery leader. 1st down, Oakland Raiders. Derek Finner, the fullback, gets it. And that is the first down in the ball game for the Raiders. It comes with 1 minute and 40 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Over 13 minutes without a first down.
Yeah, but Charlie, right there, Junior Seau goes out. Gordon comes in. Where do they attack him? Where do they get that first down? Right smack in your face in the middle. That shows a lot of lack of respect for the inside of that Chargers defense.
Napoleon Kaufman, the remaining back for the Raiders. Tim Brown shows a bit of motion, and now slide step coming back. And Hostetler hits Tim Brown. Ball comes loose. It is picked up by San Diego. It is a fumble and the recovery. Rodney Harrison has it, and the Chargers have the ball. And that is the 2nd turnover. Kurt Gavea with the interception, and Rodney Harrison with the fumble recovery.
Good execution by the Raiders offense, but Tim Brown is stripped of this ball by contact. Watch. Feet down, 1-2. There it goes. And for Mike's kids, the stupid-a-thon continues. These guys are making mistakes. They're throwing balls in the wrong spot. They're putting it on the ground. And they're begging for Humphreys and company to really put a nail in their head.
First down, Chargers, Oakland 41-yard line. Do you go to the end zone here? Play action fake, sets, goes deep to the end zone, has a man. It's Tony Martin. He's got it. Touchdown, San Diego. 41 yards, first play following the turnover, and Tony Martin has his 2nd touchdown of the ball game and his 5th of the year.
Wow. Call the medics, call 911, because somebody is suffering from a case of windburn. They got blown by, and that someone is Larry Brown. Signed as a free agent here in Oakland after his success at MVP last year with the Dallas Cowboys in that Super Bowl. And that is toasted, roasted, and gone. Last 3 passes for Stan Humphreys. Touchdowns, each one.
And the extra point is good, and the Chargers now move on top of the Oakland Raiders by a score of 21-0.
Let's take one more look at that play and how it evolved. Watch this matchup here. Watch Martin. He's kind of fishing. Look at him. He starts off fast, then he slows down. Now watch the stumble. That's just pure and simple. That's a defensive back, and Larry Brown has got a bad foot, has not practiced, has not played. And that's just dangerous. If you're a defensive coach and you put him in that situation, you're asking for trouble against a guy like Tony Martin right now, who ranks in the top probably 5 or 6 in the league in receivers with the start he's gotten.
58 seconds, that is the time remaining in the first quarter. The San Diego Chargers out in front of the Oakland Raiders by a score of 21-0.
And this is in as a turnover, giving up that field position and letting San Diego get the short field on you.
John Carney will be kicking off. Napoleon Kaufman and Kenny Shedd again, the deep backs, on the return. And here is Kaufman at the 10. Now to the 20, to the 30. And then he's brought down near the 40-yard line. 29 yards on the return. Kevin Ross.
All kinds of NFL stats. More stuff. More information. More stuff.
We're the kings of stuff. And speaking of stuff, Harvey Williams is stuffed, and Junior is back in the game. Junior Seau making the tackle.
Well, his side to side might be a little limping and getting long, but his straight ahead's working pretty good. There's the key. Let him come straight at you. That's a whole lot of stuff there. That's 5 guys in white jerseys going for the stuff.
2nd and 13. Williams, the remaining back. That's the tight end, Ricky Dudley, the rookie. moving across in motion. Now he stays in the block. They roll behind him. Going deep, has a man, hits him inside the 15-yard line is James Jett. Living up to his name. He got behind Terran Shaw. 58 yards. 5-8. Here come the Raiders. We'll step aside. We'll be back. You're watching the NFL on NBC.
Watch one to come down and still catch it.
Split backs with Harvey Williams and Derek Finner. Williams comes outside. Hostetler has pressure. He's throwing this one away. He was simply out of time. He was staring a sack right in the face.
He's staring a lot of things in the face, but he's staring at Marco Coleman. Just absolutely smushes him. Coleman, top of the screen, working against Harlow. Look at that.
Ooh, yeah.
And then planted. And then to make it worse, your own guy falls on top of you.
And he took Pat Harlow, the left tackle, with him.
Coleman's got one of the Chargers' 3 sacks this year.
Second and goal. First back through. And that's a fullback, Derek Finner. Not a lot there. He's only carried, including this ballgame, 7 times this year. No rushing touchdowns in the last 35 quarters, going back to November the 19th, 1995 against Dallas.
That was pre-Bird. You hadn't even carved up that turkey last year, but last time they got a rushing touchdown. Man. Mike White hadn't even thought about buying cranberry sauce last time they scored a touchdown on the ground. That's not a good sign, and that's not football.
Pre-Bird?
Pre-Bird.
Rolling, sets, throws, a juggling grab. Did he get it and hang on? Yes, he did. Derek Finner. That is his 8th reception of the year, a 4-yard touchdown, and his first touchdown of the year.
Well, you don't draw those plays up, Charlie. Remember I told you at the beginning of the game, watch out for Finner. He blocks well, he runs when he gets the space, and he's got a nice set of hands.
Great concentration.
All 3 catches were pretty good.
Yeah. The last one was the best, though. Cole Ford to attempt the point after. And it is good. Oakland is on the board. Chargers lead it 21-7. You're watching the NFL on NBC. And the reaction of the Hawks, the leader of the Raiders. Welcome back to Oakland, California, where it is a gorgeous afternoon. And San Diego's lead now has been cut to 21-7. As Cole Ford kicks off, Andre Coleman is going to down it in the end zone. And the Chargers will start at the 20-yard line.
Well, Charlie, there's crowds back in the ball game. The big question I have right now is the defense of the Raiders back in the ball game. 5 plays, 60 yards, and that multiple 4-yard catch there for Derek Finner at the end. But the big play was Ross going down on that rotation, that defensive back, and James Jett getting the 58 yards down the field, and that bomb from Hostetler.
Has thrown for 3 touchdowns in the ball game. 1 to Fletcher, 2 to Martin. They started the 20-yard line. See what's there. Here's Aaron Hayden around the right side and up the sideline. And he's going to pick up a first down on first down. As he is outside the 30-yard line, they're going to give him 12, I believe. Maybe they'll give him 13 to the 33.
I talked about, is the defense ready to go? Well, watch how soft this corner gets on the left side of the Raiders defense. Swilling gets hooked. Jones gets blocked. Deems May, 88's out there. He's almost getting bored. He's got nobody to hit. That was pretty weak defense.
And here is Aaron Hayden with a straight shot up the middle. He's going to pick up about 4 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Well, remember, Charlie, the first couple of series I mentioned about Stan Humphries and Bobby Ross trying to find something that's working and to get some sort of a feel of what's going on. This offense right now has got a little swagger working. Their passes are working. Their runs are working. This is the way their coordinator, Ralph Friedgen, wants this offense to run.
Tell you something else that's going on. Aaron Hayden has a point to prove. He was in the papers this week. Play action fake to him. Everybody goes to the fake, throws down to Tony Martin, has it at the 48-yard line of Oakland. Terry McDaniel had the coverage, gain of 15, first down.
I tell you right now, Tony Martin is getting shown a little bit too much respect by these cornerbacks. Sure, he hurt him one time, but McDaniel gets driven all the way off, but Martin comes back. He's abusing these guys right now. This isn't even close.
3 for 63, 2 touchdowns. Oakland 48-yard line, first down. Here's Hayden. He's around the corner, still on his feet and out of bounds. I didn't finish my thought a minute ago, but he was very vocal this past week because he thought that it was going to be his starting slot. It turned out it hasn't been, and he wondered when he was going to get his opportunity. Well, he's shown something here, hasn't he?
Well, you know, he ran well last year. He's the reason Natron Means really is no longer here at running back, besides the attitude problem Means had. The bottom line, though, he did not perform in training camp. He did not perform in the preseason, and he didn't earn the job.
Second down and 6. Russell is back in. The 1-2 punch, and he's going to pick up the first down. 37-yard line of Oakland.
It is a good combination of running backs. You got the big guy Russell at about 240 pounds. Then you got Hayden, who's kind of the tweener. And then you got
Russell, the remaining back.
More hand signals, Charlie, with the noise.
Raiders show blitz, and they step out of it. Pump fake going to Charlie Jones. He's got it. Pump fake held the linebackers, and my namesake is his first reception of the ball game. 20 yards to the 17-yard line. Back on the ground. Here's Russell. 15-yard line. Gain of a couple. 11. Scrambles. He doesn't slide. He dives to the 10-yard line. He's thrown 8 of 11, 118.
You better get it on the ground quick.
We talked with Darren Carrington, the Raiders formerly with the Chargers. He said Stan is streaky, but most of all, he's tough. Little timing pattern, overthrow it. Tony Martin. It was third down. And he has it. Carney hits from 28 yards away. And the Chargers now have 24 to the Raiders 7. Back in the Shed 8 yards deep, and he is going. He always looks like he wants to run it out. And Napoleon has said, "Wait a minute, hold it."
First and 10 from the 20.
Capitalizing on the punt return of Darian Gordon that set up the other score. Raiders now from the 20. Big pitch out, back to throw, good protection, incomplete. Charger defender fell down. Tim Brown, the intended receiver. Terrence Hostetler, 4 of 9 for 76 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Second down. Here's Napoleon Kaufman, and he turns it. He can fly. Is he gone? Not quite. Not quite. Willie Clark saves a touchdown. Oh, but what a great run. 77 yards.
Well,
He's excited.
Charlie, Napoleon Kaufman told us yesterday, I don't get many carries. I don't get many chances. My job is to make something happen and try to make a play when I get my shot. And that is Napoleon Kaufman's forte. Give him a corner. Give him an edge. Color him gone if he gets one more little oomph out of those feet.
4-yard line, first down, goal to go. And one an effort by Willie Clark. He came from across the field, and he just grabbed a fistful of jerseys. Kaufman averaged 6.5 yards per carry coming into the ballgame, leading the league in that category, and that's going to go up, up, up.
He's over 10 now.
Sweep to the right side with Harvey Williams. Kurt Gavea gets him.
That is the
goal to go, 6-yard line.
Chargers defense inside the 20 this year has been terrible.
touchdown by Ricky Dudley. That is the rookie's first touchdown in the National Football League.
Well, Charlie, I said they were terrible. I guess if you're an optimist, you would say they were perfect.
Napoleon Coffin, who went 77 yards down the sideline. The extra point is good. And the Raiders are right back in this one. 24-14, 7-11. That's the double lucky number. Time remaining first half.
Coach, the boss of the Hogs, and look, he's still teaching the kid. He can't relax and enjoy his touchdown.
Here's Andre Coleman from the 2-yard line. Cuts to the near side, to the 15, needs a block. Up the sideline, to the 45, to the 40. And is caught from behind at around the 30-yard line. There is a flag. James Trapp got him. Let's see where this play is going to officially end. 69-yard return. How much of it will stand up?
Well, the flag's way out about the 32-yard line. Body language says, let's bring this thing back.
It is against the Chargers. To the 22 to the 25. Let's go back to the Raider touchdown.
Talk about Dudley learning. Well, watch Govea at linebacker. Watch Dudley here at tight end. Look at him take his right shoulder into Govea's midsection, push away, turn to the quarterback. Another lesson learned. They're tough lessons because when you don't learn them right, you cost your team big. But he's learning it there, and he's getting more lessons on the sideline.
Humphries to throw. Drop. Dead cold drop. Tony Martin dropped it. Humphries was dropped.
Stan Humphries was
that one.
Boy, this place is loud. It's scary to think what it'd be like if it was full.
On 4th, 3rd down. Tony Martin has it right at the markers. Let's see where they give him the mark. One coming in from the far side is at 32. Near side is around the 31 and a half.
A foot and a half, 2 feet short.
Yeah.
And what it does, they stop the forward motion. There's Larry Brown. There's Martin. Watch the close. Very good spot. Great tackle by Larry Brown. Completely stopped his forward momentum.
So Darren Bennett with a 47-yard average today will be kicking it away.
I tell you, from Larry Brown's standpoint, the way he got used a few times today, it was a good time to come up and make a play.
Of course, watching the NFL on NBC as Darren Bennett gets set to punt.
Of course, I guess when you got a few $1 million in the bank, as Mr. Brown does, they don't quite cut you as quickly these days.
That's true. Oh, a beauty. Tim Brown backpedals, takes it at the 13-yard line. Sits one tackle, 20. Nice move in and out. A flag is down. He is down on the 28-yard line. 56. Snoopy, too, the blimp, not okay. Oakland from their 7-yard line. Trailing by 10, 24-14. Hostetler from the end zone. Throws, far side. Pass is complete to James Judd. 19-yard line, first down. 12 yards on the play.
You know, the last 4 possessions, what happened? 2 turnovers.
First down, their own 19. Just over 5 minutes left to go in the first half. Here's Kaufman. He is exciting to watch, and he only even gets a yard or two. Junior Seau. Bad leg and all, pull hamstring, hobbling, he's there.
A gain of 2.
Second down and 8. Two-step drop, diving incomplete. Here comes the flag.
Yes, Terrence Shaw, Charlie.
Darrell Hobbs, the intended receiver, and Shaw had a fistful of Hobbs.
God, too bad his name isn't Calvin, huh?
Yeah, that's right. It would have been perfect.
Pass interference, number 29 on the defense. That's a first down.
Yeah, Bobby's trying to tell him he never touched him. He was just extremely close. See Bobby smiling at the end there? It's hard to try to sell your case when you're smiling at the official, but you can see right there. Young Terrence Shaw, with his second Oakland Raider experience up here, has learned well.
And what did he say? He said, boy, they have a lot of speed. First down, 26-yard line. Good protection, throwing back underneath the coverage. Pass is complete at the 30-yard line. And it's James Jett who pulls it in. And they're picking on Shaw. They're going after him again.
Well, I don't know if that's
down in 6.
I don't know if that's the guy you want to go after, Charlie. Remember, Dwayne Harper's out with a hamstring. Willie Clark is starting on the other side. I might want to, jab on that side. If I'm going for a bolo knockout, I go to the other side and test out Mr. Willie Clark's water.
Is this right? Derek Finner is a wide receiver on the near side. And he is there to block. It's a running play. Harvey Williams gets the call. And now we've got some pushing and shoving.
Yes, you are watching the Raiders,
Rodney
folks.
Harrison was there, right in the middle of it.
Some things never change. Derek Finner might have been outside the block, but that Chargers defense was in there to stuff that run. No matter what Finner did, it wasn't going to be a factor. Watch Gove and the rest of the inside of this defense.
Tampa Bay 10.
Linebackers flowing to the ball. Big Kevin Gogan. How do you take out a 330-pound lineman? You go down low. You get the lineman and a little twofer. You get the back two.
Third down and 10. And the Oakland Raiders take a timeout. They were running out of time on the play clock. They stopped the clock with 3 minutes and 1 second left to go. And that he is riding Snoopy's wing. His coverage.
That thing should be painted red, because if Snoopy's in the blood, that should be the Red Baron.
That's right. Doesn't that look like fun?
Not in the least.
Oh, yeah. And you've got two great deep threats, number 82, James Jett, and number 81, Tim Brown.
Well, it's a nickel defense. Remember, not only do you have Willie Clark in there, you've got Eric Castle in at safety, number 44, over the deep middle.
Tim Brown in motion. And a sack. The second sack for San Diego in the ball game. Chris Mims has his first sack. So Mims has one. Ruben Davis has one. Marco Coleman has one, and Junior Seau has one. That's for the year. So they have 4 on the year, 2 today.
Well, the best home remedy for a team trying to go down the field, as the Raiders are, is you get your big wide bodies in as quickly as you can on that quarterback. Don't let them step up and get yourself a sack, as Chris Mims finally breaks the bubble here for 1996 and gets himself a sack.
Jeff Gossett will be kicking. Darian Gordon is the return man. Could give San Diego great field position. Hangs this one up. Super hang time. 35-yard line. 40. And then weaves his way, almost walking through. He's out to the 46 or maybe the 47-yard line. 48 yards on the kick. An 11-yard return, and Darren Carrington is the man who made the tackle.
That was a good look here. Great field position.
5 in the secondary. Over the middle, the pass is complete. It's Charlie Jones who has it inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 29 yards on the play. Albert Lewis with the tackle. They're going to spot it at the 28-yard line. So add one more to the total.
27
as we now have 2 minutes left to go in the first half. 2-minute warning to both benches. We will step aside. You're watching the NFL on NBC. Chargers at the Raider 28-yard line. Most impressive offensive first half of the year for San Diego is Leonard Russell. And remember, their first 3 possessions
On the Raiders right now since then.
they've capitalized on it. 2nd down and 5. Here's Russell, 20-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and still a couple.
But right now, Stan has got that hot streak working. He's got the whole thing going on.
3rd down and short. Pressure from the backside. Diving reception. Does he have it? It's going to be very close to the mark, and no official says no, it's right. Terrell Fletcher could not bring it in. Mike Jones had the coverage. And on the year, now 8 of 9, and he has it from 39 yards away. So San Diego now leads 27-14.
His offense.
Kaufman on the right, Shed on the left. Oh, here's a beauty. All the way through the end zone. On the fly. Touchback will bring it out to the 20-yard line. And
Got his receiver. It's those 5 wide bodies up in front of him. They have got to give him protection to execute this offense.
3 wide receivers. Darrell Hobbs, Tim Brown, and James Jett. 5 in the secondary for San Diego. Hostetler has time, throws it back underneath the coverage. And he goes to Darrell Hobbs, and he is taken out of bounds.
That was not very smart by Kevin Ross. Almost got himself.
Second down and 2. Again, 3 wide receivers. Over the middle, pass is complete, 35-yard line. It's Ricky Dudley, the touchdown-scoring rookie tight end. Slot left.
About 30 yards to field goal range, Charlie.
Steps away from pressure, flag is down, throws to the sidelines. Kaufman steps out. He got it out of bounds, but there was a flag.
Definitely a hold against the Raiders' offensive line, and the
They're moving right along. First and 20. Anything on the ground? No. Who's on the ground is Napoleon Kaufman, pulled down by Sean Lee. Here is Tim Brown to see if anything can pop open. It's not going to. Junior Seau gets him, and now the Raiders use their last timeout. In the short slot on the right side at the bottom of the screen. And it's a draw. The draw to Napoleon Kaufman.
yuck.
Now we know why they held the conference.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, that's playing lay down and give up. I like going after at the end of a half.
All right, San Diego 27, the Oakland Raiders 14. Halftime as we go to New York. And the Domino's Pizza NFL on NBC halftime report. The return, and once again John Carney sails this one into the end zone and through the end zone, and they'll bring it out to the 20-yard line as we take now a look at the Coors Light halftime stats.
Charlie, this game is not out of hand. I want to point something out right here. 48 yards rushing in scoring 27 points. If the Chargers can't run the ball, they can't protect this lead. They can't offensively function properly.
This has been a big play ball game. Oakland 2 big plays totaling 135 yards. San Diego's had 4 big plays totaling 121 yards. That's just in the first half. Now we start the second half. First down, 20-yard line. Hostetler comes out throwing. He wants to go deep. Has pressure, drops it off to Harvey Williams, who immediately drops the ball.
Oh, the locals boo a little, Charlie, but I tell you, Jeff Hostetler has nowhere to go because the Chargers do a good job of pocket surrounding. See the pockets there? They just got him surrounded. They walked, Sean Lee just basically walked the pass rush and Big Lincoln Kennedy right back into Hostetler.
Derek Finner, the fullback. Harvey Williams is the tailback. And here's Williams, cut down right at the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 3rd down and 10. Kurt Gouveia got him.
See, we're not the only ones that see stats, Charlie, and watch big plays. Mike White's getting a little boo from the crowd here in the offense because of what they've done early. I mean, they come out looking kind of conservative. Jeff Hostetler ate that one ball and just flipped it off. Then they run one up the middle, and everybody's going, now, wait a minute, guys. Let's see some big plays. Let's see some offense.
Harvey Williams has pretty well been shut down. 7 carries, -3 yards. 5 in the secondary.
Napoleon Kaufman has 104, though, Charlie.
Oh, yes, he does. Steps forward. Throwing behind Ricky Dudley. A little off balance. And then he was dropped immediately. Not a good throw. It is 4th down, and Oakland will be punting. Jeff Gossett will come in.
Well, it's hard enough to hit a moving target when you're standing stationary, but when you're sliding up, you're moving, you're jumping, you're being pushed all over the place like Hostetler was in that last play. It's tough to hit a guy like that running full speed.
Darian Gordon has that 31-yard punt return that set up a score. This one does not turn over. 38-yard line, has a block, gets one, looks for the corner, gets a second one, slides around the corner, 50-yard line, hurdles the man, a little of this, a little of that, and into Oakland territory. And Dwayne Gordon laid out the block to clear the corner. He really nailed him.
Nailed him? He just boloed Rob Holmberg.
Back in a moment.
Adjustment on Rob Holmberg. It's, I got him, I got him, I got him. Next thing he's thinking laying on the ground there is, look at all the nice little birdies.
He got me, he got me, he got me. 46-yard line of the Raiders, first down. Pulled in by Tony Martin. Pass a little bit off target. Tony had to reach out for it and pull it back in, and he did. And he was pulled down by Larry Brown.
I'll tell you, so far, Tony Martin has been an equal opportunity abuser right here. He's either gone after one side or the other. He's doing a little business again on Larry Brown. And Brown is just not himself. And Stan Humphries is going to exploit him for as long as he's not himself with that bad foot.
That is his 6th catch of the ballgame. That one good for 11 yards and the first down. To the 30-yard line is Leonard Russell. Darren Carrington with the tackle at the 30.
See, now there's the key for the Chargers in the second half. Forget and wipe out the fact they got 48 yards rushing in the first half. They have got to run the ball effectively in this second half. They run the ball effectively, Bobby Ross can get himself a win. They don't run the ball effectively, well, the rest speaks for itself.
Second down and 5. Left side, not a lot there. It's going to be 3rd down, still a couple of yards to go for the first down. And the yards rushing, San Diego, as you mentioned, only 59 now to date. Oakland 107.
You know, neither team's a juggernaut. I mean, 77 yards of the Raiders rushing came on one play from Napoleon Coffey. The key to me, though, is when you got this kind of a lead, I mean, you're up like this, you're up 13 points. You want to be able to blast the ball and eat up some clock.
3rd down and 2. Here is Russell, nothing there. That could be defensively one of the 5 or 6 plays of the game that you have to make. And it sets up a field goal attempt by John Carney. And is he going to be kicking off of the skin part of the infield?
Just barely. I'd say that Chester McLaughlin took things into his hands, Charlie. Yeah. On the second down play, McLaughlin made a play all by himself. On the 3rd down play, he and Russell Maryland stuffed it. And that's what put Carney in this position of having to kick off this dirt.
47-yard field goal attempt off of the dirt. And it is no good. It is no good. So Carney misses for the first time in the ballgame for 47 yards. Raiders take over at the line of scrimmage. You said in the opening that the defense was going to win, either for Oakland or for San Diego.
Well, there's only been, what, 41 points scored of defensive struggle, but that was a great defensive stand by the Raiders. And that is what is going to decide this thing right now for the Raiders. They got to get the play out of the defense and more big plays out of Hostetler and offense.
And here's the reverse. And they're going to throw off of the reverse into coverage. And it is incomplete. The flag is down.
I wouldn't celebrate too quick if I was the Raiders. I saw Tim Brown push off pretty good on that play.
Yes, he did. Pass interference against the Raiders.
That flag was awful late. But it was right.
But that play did not fool a lot of people.
Number 81 on the offense. That's a 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
Yeah, right about here, Tim Brown saying, can I fair catch this? See him push off, a little push off on Willie Clark. That's exactly what was called.
And then Kevin Ross came over to make the hit that jarred the ball loose.
First down, 20 yards to go.
So it's first down and 20. One more penalty. That's their 8th of the ball game.
I'm pretty sure they can get to double digits. They got it in there.
And it's early in the second half. Still a lot of time. Hostetler, grab, pull down.
Face mask, and it isn't called. Yeah,
There it is.
Darn near ripped Haas's face off. Got his chin strap up under his nose.
Junior Seau was right in the middle of it. It'll be against San Diego.
This is dangerous.
Personal foul, grabbing and pulling on the face mask of the quarterback. That's a 15-yard penalty.
It was Junior. So the ball goes out now to the 34-yard line.
And Junior knows better than that. It's not only illegal to grab it, it's extremely intentional once you grab it and yank on it.
Automatic first down at the 34-yard line. Now they're going with the no huddle. Looking for some mismatches. Little sidearm pass. He's getting pressure again. Tim Brown, the intended receiver. It was Reuben Davis. That was right in his face.
Watch coming from Hostetler's right side here. There's Reuben Davis. Bang. More no huddle. More movement out of the Raiders offense. They pulled big Kevin Gogan there, and that's not an easy thing to do, to pull Kevin Gogan.
Second down and 10. 10 minutes and 50 seconds that's left in the third quarter. Pressure again, little shuttle pass, gets it off underneath the coverage. It's kind of a desperation to Harvey Williams, more of a safety valve than anything else. He goes out to the 40. He has 6. Pressure by Chris Mims.
I'll tell you what, Charlie, face mask penalty aside, Junior Seau is showing everybody right now why this guy's an all-pro and why he is the heart of the San Diego Chargers. Because you know his leg's not right. You can't tell me it didn't pull up and cramp up, and it's not bleeding in there right now, and it didn't hurt him like the Dickens. But he's ignoring that, and he's playing a heck of a ball game right now.
Last week against Green Bay, 12 sacks, 10 solo. Oakland, third down, 4. Flag is down. Tim Brown is down. He will have the first down if it stands up. But there was another marker.
The Chargers were awful eager to attack Jeff Hostetler in that offense.
San Diego offside. They'll take the play.
Offside, number 90 of the defense lined up in the neutral zone. The penalty is declined. First down.
That was on Marco Coleman. First down.
You're seeing some of the reason you want to no huddle from the Raiders standpoint. A little heavy breathing and jiggling out of the big guys up front from the Chargers. They are breathing hard.
And it is a warm, sunny afternoon in Oakland. Temperature in the high 70s. Down on the field, maybe in the mid-80s. Nice cutback by Harvey Williams. Started to the right, saw an opening, and he came back through the middle, almost 10 yards. I believe they're going to mark him short of that at the 45-yard line. That's where they're marking down. Again with a no huddle. Marco Coleman making the tackle.
Very nice combination block between Robbins and Kevin Gogan at right guard on Sean Lee. Set that play up. 2nd and 2. Here's Harvey Williams. His momentum may carry, yes it will, for the first down. I'm wondering if the reason that they did not run any no huddle in the first half because the Chargers could be able to make some adjustments during halftime. And this way, there's no chance to sit down and make adjustments. They have to be running adjustments on the sideline. Okay, sure. Thank you. Thank you. I thought it was rather. I couldn't have thought of any logical reason why something that works this good wouldn't be used early, but that could work. Maybe you want to save it. Yeah, save it for when you're really in trouble. When you're really in trouble. Not when the score is tied, nothing. Hey, when you're running an offense that looks like a 2-minute, why not use it only when you're panicking? First down, 43-yard line.
Here's the current drive. This is the 7th play of the drive. We have this information for you.
Charlie, if you're going to watch
21
anybody
yards.
up front, watch Kevin Gogan, 66. He is flying off the ball for a 330-pound man.
Taking 2 minutes and 19 seconds. Hostetler limping for the first and then sliding to the 30-yard line.
Safe. Some good air time there.
He did. Not a bad. Boy.
Hey,
that right knee is still bothering. You can tell.
If you had any questions what that right knee feels like, that scramble should have answered it. But just like they told you today on the pregame show, there might not be another quarterback tougher and with a bigger heart than Jeff Hostetler. Nothing in the world is more important to Jeff Hostetler when he's playing than winning.
And there's that drive that we were talking about. Updated. Flair, timing pattern left side, and the intended receiver James Yett got hung up. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10 at the San Diego 30-yard line. In case you're just joining us, the score is San Diego 27 and the Oakland Raiders 14. There's Hostetler, 12 of 21, 136 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Well, I keep going at this defense because the air is getting awful thin on the Chargers side of the ball. They all look like they could use an oxygen mask right now. Those big defensive linemen with their hands on their hips.
Hostetler, as you saw, is thrown for 2 touchdowns. Stan Humphries of the Chargers has thrown for 3. Play action fake. Everybody buys it. All the time in the world. 24-yard line, shy of the first down. Harvey Williams makes the catch. It's going to be 3rd down and about 4 yards to go. Junior Seau with the tackle. Well within field goal range of Cole Ford.
You know, Charlie, one thing with this 2-minute offense from Mike White's offense that I love is, you know, we always say, well, gee, it wears down the defense. How come the offense doesn't get tired too? It's a lot harder to play defense and rush the passer and be aggressive than it is to play offense, be passive, and know where you're going.
First down, Tim Brown slips the tackle all the way to the 12-yard line. Eric Castle with the tackle. That could be, for Oakland, one of the 5 or 6 big plays that they have to make, and they do if they go in for the score rather than settling for a field goal attempt.
Well, those 2 big plays by Chester McLaughlin, that put John Carney on the dirt. I think that's what caused him to pull that field goal. And this 2-minute offense, this no huddle, whatever you want to call it, Jeff Hostetler and this Raiders team is running it to perfection. Now they have to finish it off.
Tim Brown, 4 receptions, 37 yards. Hostetler with time has thrown it away. Then he ran out of time. He felt the pressure. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Now let's remember where this football is. We are in the red zone. We've already documented earlier today the success or lack thereof that this Chargers team has had defensively in the red zone. Opponents have been there 8 times this season. They've given up 8 touchdowns.
2nd down and 10 at the 12. Again, coming back underneath the coverage to Harvey Williams. Kurt Gouveia with the tackle.
Well, Harvey Williams just gained those last couple of yards all by himself. That little kickstand down on the ground. And Dave Adolph, the defensive coordinator for the Chargers, has seen his defense in this position a lot this year down in this red zone, but he hasn't seen him stop anybody yet.
3rd down and 4, 6-yard line.
They can get a first down here.
3 wide receivers on the near side. Then Tim Brown starts in motion and he comes back. Williams remaining back. Touchdown Oakland. Tim Brown, his 4th touchdown of the year.
Wonderful play design and execution by the Raiders offense. Hostetler brings Lewis Bush in towards him. And it's an awful lonely trot to the end zone for Tim Brown. There isn't a defender near him. His uniform's still clean. And the Chargers' defensive record in the red zone right now is still pretty clean too. 9 times, 9 touchdowns. And that is the 50th career touchdown for Tim Brown.
Go forward to attempt the point after. It's good. San Diego now leads 27-21. Jeff Hostetler and company trailing now by 6 points. Back with the kickoff. You're watching the NFL on NBC. Whoa.
Mo is back.
And so is Chester.
I tell you, Chester McLaughlin, you can put 2 or 3 more of those nose strips on the way you're playing that last series. That is the man right there who's responsible for that last touchdown as far as I'm concerned. He stuffed the running game of the Chargers. They missed the field goal, and Hostetler went into the no-huddle.
And here's the kick. Coleman out of the end zone, touchback 20-yard line. Let's go back to the touchdown.
Well, you hear the term pick quite a bit. Look at the box right here and look for a pick. This is not really a pick. It's kind of an implied pick. You have to have contact to have a pick. You know what that looked like? A lot more confusion than pick.
And here is a scoring drive of the Oakland Raiders. 63 yards, 13 plays, with just over 5.5 minutes. San Diego still leading 27-21. Humphreys to throw. Has a man far side, and he makes the connection with Andre Coleman. The Chargers right now need a couple more plays like that to quiet the crowd.
A good positive sign, too, for Stan Humphreys. He's getting the ball to somebody besides Tony Martin.
Yes.
You get a little too predictable, and predictable usually means interceptions. Bobby Ross's offense has got to keep expanding it. Get the fullback in the game. Get the tight end in the game. And get your game going on the ground.
16 yards on the play, 36-yard line. What's on the ground? Here's something for Russell. Nice run. And he gets another yard, maybe 2 at the end, all on his own to the 42-yard line. That's good for 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
Well, you want something on the ground? Let's go right down to the ground and take a look at it. Nothing there onside. A quick cutback. And I tell you, this guy is an all-day sucker. If you're going to try to tackle him, you better bring you and some friends.
2nd down and 4. Russell again. This time he is caught behind the line of scrimmage by Mike Jones, the linebacker.
That's exactly what Mike Jones has. Great anticipation, good defensive penetration. Look at him blitzing through the inside. You know what else he has, Charlie? He's got some friends. Because it's good defense by the rest of that team, led by Russell Maryland, that comes in there with Greg Beaker to finish him off.
And Stan Humphreys will be throwing here. He has completed 12 of 18, 179 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. And it's Tony Martin, and he is stopped. He's going to get a yard. That's it. He comes up 3 yards short on the quick out.
There's an example of where good offensive play execution meets good defense. Look at the way they're picking things. They've got everybody moving in the wrong direction, except for the one guy they needed to be going in the right direction, Rob Fredrickson. Comes up there, he wasn't screened off by that block, and a perfect face in the middle tackle.
Darren Bennett to punt. Here's Tim Brown at the 16 to the 20. Little stiff arm, steps out of bounds. So that will stop the clock. 3:14. Time remaining in the 3rd. The Chargers lead it 27-21. You are watching the NFL on NBC. Cross. 3:14. That is the time left. 3rd quarter. Really a good ball game here at Oakland. And the Raiders will start from the 24-yard line, trailing now by 6. They come out of a huddle. We make a note of that because on the last drive, they went no huddle. And they were very successful with it. Slot right side, split back. Normally a passing formation. He'll throw. Hostetler deep over the middle, and wide open is Darrell Hobbs. Huge play.
Jeff Hostetler has got to be absolutely crazy about this offense, and I wouldn't let my guys huddle for the rest of the game. I would keep pushing my big fat guys up front, just get them low line of scrimmage, let them breathe there. Hostetler calls the plays. I mean, it's just like being in a huddle, he just over the ball.
24 yards, first down. 47-yard line, Oakland territory. Here's a sweep to the far side with Finner, the fullback, carrying, and he is going to be stopped. Mark it for no gain. Marco Coleman and John Perella make the tackle.
John Perella the stop for the Tigers.
You know, don't be fooled, though, either, folks. They're in the no huddle. Jeff Hostetler is being talked to by Larry Kennan, the quarterback's coach. He's making suggestions what their Hostetler's plays.
Now, normally, you want to say if they run the no huddle, it catches the defense for mismatches because they can't get personnel in and out.
Watch the period between snaps. These Charger defenders are sprinting on and off the field.
Hostetler again over the middle. Tim Brown scoops it out of his shoelaces and has another 15. Kevin Ross. We look down from the blimp. And the Chargers stay with this defense at their own 38-yard line.
Remember, Dave Adolph has got Clark at one corner. He's got Eric Castle now playing in the secondary at safety. Another change.
That is the 6th reception of the ball game for Tim Brown. 5 on the pattern. Incomplete. Darrell Hobbs, the intended receiver. Kevin Ross had the coverage. 2nd down and 10. 38-yard line.
Yeah, right about now, those big offensive linemen up front for Jeff Hostetler are begging for a pass.
Easier to block.
That's a lot easier on you. You can just stand there and be big. Look at the size of Kevin Goat. You can't tell me it wouldn't take 3 seconds to run around him or Lincoln Kennedy on the right side.
6'7", 325 pounds. Over the middle again, Tim Brown. The Raiders are feasting over the middle.
And there's been a change there. I mentioned it. Eric Castle is in at safety for the Chargers, and right now that's exactly where they're going after this defense. Look at the protection. We talked about those big wide bodies in the front. Nice job of protection, and that is what Tim Brown's all about. If I'm a quarterback, and Jeff Hostetler's made great business of that, you get him the ball and let him be that great punt returner he was in college and still is now.
14-yard line, first down. Hostetler to the sideline. Pass is complete. Darrell Hobbs pushed out by Willie Clark.
Charlie, red zone. We're back in it. 9 times, 9 touchdowns against the Chargers defense. 100%. The one stat I can think of right offhand you don't want to ever have 100% on. That's it. Buffalo coming into today had 1 touchdown scored against them in 10 tries, and at last check they were still shutting out the Cowboys 10-zip.
2nd down and 2. 6-yard line. Throws it away. Hostetler out of time. Sean Lee had the pressure, and he had to get rid of it.
I tell you what, he might want to huddle right now. Do you see him motion to his offensive line? He got smushed. Sean Lee just smashed him. But here's what we were talking about at halftime. Big yardage as far as score-wise to the Chargers, 27-13, 27-14 at that time. Great edge. Not much of an edge, yardage-wise or point-wise in the second half. You see Harvey Williams coming off the field limping.
Officials took a timeout to make sure that he was clear. 8th play of the drive. It started back at the Oakland 24-yard line. 9 seconds. That is the time remaining, 3rd quarter. Raiders down by 6.
Remember, last possession, it was a pass to Tim Brown, right in the flat.
Tim Brown's the motion man. Goes to the far side, overthrows everything. Tim Brown was circling out and coming back over the middle.
Oh, the first time in '96 the Chargers stopped somebody in the red zone. But this is still going to cut their lead in half. It was 6 points. This will be another 3.
From the 15-yard line, an attempt of 25 yards by Cole Ford. Ford has missed from 54 yards, so on the year he is 2 of 4. His career long is 46. His best this year is 38. It is no good. 25-yard field goal attempt. He has missed 2. End of the third. We'll be right back after these messages from your local station. San Diego leads by 6. Play action fake, and he completes the pass at the 20-yard line. He's not going to pick up any yardage, and he was completely out of time. Alfred Perpunu.
Well, I tell
on the
you,
receiving end.
Charlie, Chester McLaughlin treated Stan Humphries like a lawn toy, trying to see how far he could stick him in the ground. Look at this. Wacko.
Whoa. Second down and 10. There's Chester.
That's Mr. McLaughlin.
6'4", 325.
Got Mr. McLaughlin all over.
He couldn't get one of those jet skis. Here's the draw. Terrell Fletcher. Close to the first down. He runs into Lorenzo Lynch. Let's see where they make the mark. Now remember, they started at the 20-yard line. All he's got to do is get to the 30 to the mark, and he has it for the first down.
You can't emphasize how important running the ball is to the Chargers. Remember, they had 48 yards at the half.
And now they have 67 as we open the fourth.
They have got to run the ball effectively, and I mean effectively a lot. Not just 1 8-yard and they get stuffed for nothing on the next one.
Humphries pass, he comes over the middle. His pass is complete to Tony Martin. And Martin has the first down. Larry Brown with the tackle.
I mentioned 81 on the other side. Tim Brown, the former Heisman Trophy winner from Notre Dame, being a great punt returner and a great runner after the catch. Tony Martin doing a little bit of his own punt returning after his catch and showing some of his moves. That's what the good ones do. Anybody can catch the ball in the NFL. It's what you do with it after you get it.
8th reception, 108 yards. First down, 41-yard line. 13 minutes to go. Here's Russell. He gets around the corner. He's got 5. Let's see where he went out. He went out past the marker. First down, 48-yard line of Oakland. We talk about the big plays that you have to make or that you don't make. Perhaps that missed field goal was a play that the Oakland Raiders had to make. If the San Diego comes back here with the momentum and they put together a long drive, that could be the big drive off of that big play they did not make.
That miss by Cole Ford is a huge numbers miss. That would have made it 27-24. A 3-point lead. The numbers spin a lot better off that than they do down by 6.
Pass is complete, far side, first down, Tony Martin. Nice inside spin move, avoiding a defender and picking up the first down. That's 4 first downs in a row for the Chargers.
Well, enough about Cole Ford and the kicker. Anybody can pick on them, because right now Stan Humphries is picking on this Raiders defense. They are going after the Raiders defense, letting his guys do what they do well. His guys, Tony Martin, he runs well with the ball. Larry Brown is their guy, and he's not tackling real good right now.
First down, 36-yard line. Play action fake. Going deep, wants it all. End zone, incomplete. Ever so close to Tony Martin. Larry Brown had the coverage. He slipped past him down the sideline, looked as if for a moment he might have it, and then Larry Brown stuck out his hand.
Stan Humphries keep going after Larry Brown. 1, he looks tired. 2, he's not running white. But he's still a veteran. He still sees those hands come up for the catch by Tony Martin. And he knows to slap when you see hands come up. well-timed slap.
Second down and 10. Here's the draw. To the middle. Still going. First down. 24-yard line. Leonard Russell. 240 pounds. Aaron Carrington finally stopped him. Has the first down.
That's a running game now. That's what I'm talking about. You take the running game and you get after it. You don't do it once or twice. You get your lineman on their lineman. You get movement. And what can you say? That guy can strike terror into a defensive back's heart coming at him full speed.
In the 7 plays thus far in the drive, 2 did not do anything. 5 of them picked up first downs. Humphries throwing back underneath. Pass is caught at the 20-yard line. That is Shannon Mitchell, the H-back.
Remember we talked about what a streaky player Bobby Ross's quarterback Stan Humphries was, that when he gets hot, he can kill you. If you're on the other side of the ball and you're doing defense right now for the Raiders, you're a safety, you're a lineman, you're looking for some sort of a break, some chink in that arm.
Omar Ellison is in as a fresh wide receiver. He's on the left side. Terrell Fletcher gets the call. 16-yard line. Third down and still a couple to go for the first down. And Russell comes back in.
Well, you want to talk about a big play for the Raiders defense? This is huge. You've got third and about 1.5 yards. You need your stars. Big plays are made by your big players. That's the biggest one for the Raiders up front is Chester McLaughlin. You got to have Jerry Ball. You got to have Pat Swilling. And if you're the Raiders, you got to stop this right now.
Leonard Russell, the big play running back. He has it. Plows into the middle. This is going to be close. So it's big play against big play. We're going to have a measurement.
Well, there was very little finesse at what Bobby Ross just did. Nothing trying to fool anybody. That was strength on strength, beef on beef.
You wondered about San Diego coming back off of that devastating loss to Green Bay. We were talking with Pat Swilling, and he says, don't worry. Bobby Ross will have them ready. He coached my brother and my cousin at Georgia Tech, and I know the kind of coach that he is. Ooh, did not make it. 4 inches. You go for 4 inches with a quarterback sneak.
I think with a 6-point lead, honest with you, I think I might kick the field goal right
here.
For
the 9-point lead.
That's why I'm in the booth and Bobby Ross is on the sideline having won a national championship.
Isaac Davis checks in as a tight end, or you may just sit and call and bark and try and get an offside.
Russell's at halfback. Shannon Mitchell is at fullback. If they hand off, follow Mitchell.
That's a little scoop. And Humphries with the quarterback sneak. He needed 4 inches. And the officials stop the clock.
It's one of those right foot, left foot things. Official comes in and
first down
on his foot, but he's got it by about 1 yard. See, remember I talked about earlier that Stan doesn't slide very much. He goes down because there's so much target there. Well, part of having a big target is also having a little momentum, be able to push behind that line.
14-yard line, first down. 9 minutes, 22 seconds, time remaining in the game. 12th play of the drive. Stan pressure from the backside. He is sacked. Big time sack.
Pat Swilling came into the game, Charlie, with 99.5 sacks. He is the guy on this one. Watch what he does. Humphries just holds on to this ball a little too long. Watch Swilling coming around the corner. Working against Alfred Papunu. That is a mismatch. That is a hold.
And that is ball coming up the middle.
That's at least half a sack.
And that makes 100 on the year.
The big players make the big plays.
22-yard line, second down 10. Here's Russell spinning off of a would-be tackler inside the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Well, guess which 2 would-be tacklers Russell spun off of there? The same 2 they were in on the play before that. You had Pat Swilling and Ball. Neither one of them could get a hold of him.
3rd down and 15, still well within the field goal range of John Carney. That would give the Chargers a 9-point margin if he is successful.
Well, with about 8 minutes to go, 8:20 to go, 9 points is huge. Not insurmountable, but it's big.
Humphreys to throw. End zone, has a man, Tony Martin, touchdown.
Tony Martin.
The touchdown is more huge.
Wow, Charlie, I tell you what, they picked on Larry Brown. They picked on Larry Brown. What do? They need a big play. They went after Terry McDaniel, and Martin's on the receiving end of this one. Look at that fake. McDaniel bid on it, no help inside. That is like stealing it so easy.
And that is the 3rd touchdown reception of the ball game for Tony Martin. 120 yards, 9 catches, and San Diego's going to go for 2. The Raiders say, hold it, hold it, hold it. We want a timeout. So we'll hold it. And we'll step aside. 8:04 time remaining. We'll come back with the extra point attempt. You're watching the NFL on NBC. For 2. They lead 33-21. After just putting together a touchdown drive that took almost 7 minutes, and they're going to come up short. They do not convert, and the score remains Chargers 33 and the Raiders 21. We'll be back with the kickoff. Rob Fredrickson stuffed the play for Oakland. 4 seconds time remaining in the game. The Raiders with 2 timeouts. The Chargers have 3, and the Chargers lead 33-21 as Carney kicks it away. This one is going to be returned by Napoleon Kaufman. He is dangerous. 25-30. Out to the 40. Nice fake out down the sideline. If he keeps his balance, no, he stepped out. He stepped out back at the 45-yard line.
Flag down, too. All the way back around the 37-yard line. It's going to go against the Raiders.
Even with the flag and stepping out, he is exciting to watch, isn't he? Holding on the return against Oakland.
This could put the guys in black in the double digits on penalties.
And they still have 7:53 left.
Like I said, I knew they had it in them.
That's right. Oakland now down by 12.
Holding number 50 on the return team on the run back. That's a 10-yard penalty. 1st down.
That's on Mike Morton. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back to Oakland in just a moment. You're watching the NFL on NBC. You'll recall that Harvey Williams came limping out of the ballgame. He has been replaced. Joe Aska is the remaining back, and he is there to block for Hostetler. Hostetler had pressure from all sides, and he misses Ricky Dudley.
Pressure from all sides usually means that Jeff Hostetler is going to end up on his backside. This isn't hard to figure out. Joe Aska's not in there to run the ball. He's in there to block. And you know what? Somebody better, because Sean Lee just walked Kevin Gogan all the way back into Hostetler. Not a good sign when your quarterback's on his back and his eyes are closed and he's checking body parts, doing a little inventory.
Harvey Williams sitting on the end of the bench all alone, calf injury. Do not know if he can return or not. 2nd down and 10. Hostetler to throw, pressure again. Out of the backfield, or is a delayed receiver is Darrell Hobbs, and Hobbs turns a big play. He's going to pick up around 15, 14 yards on the play, and the Charger is down. And that's Marco Coleman.
And the Charger is shaking up on the play.
We have a timeout. We'll be back in a moment. You're watching the NFL on NBC. Today, rather than searching the skies for the Red Baron, Snoopy is enjoying today's football game between the San Diego Chargers and the Oakland Raiders on a gorgeous afternoon. On a trap draw, it's Napoleon Kaufman. Oh, he is so dangerous. Go back to what you said in the first half and what he told us. He said, I just have limited time. I want to make something happen. And he does every time he's in.
I tell you, this guy can make moves faster than my kids can change their mind. I mean, it's unbelievable. This guy just goes and goes. And the tough thing for a defender is you can't anticipate what Napoleon Kaufman's going to do, because I don't think he knows what he's going to do until he does it.
He just reacts. He's the remaining back.
Mission accomplished. His thing is to be an impact and make plays, and he has sure done that today.
First down, 44-yard line. Tim Brown scooting behind the line of scrimmage. Here's Kaufman, right flat, comes inside, almost makes two defenders. They just get a hand on his ankle. He makes great moves. Dwayne Gordon finally got it.
Folks, that wasn't just some linebacker out there, just some big hog molly that's, you know, used to button people in the head. That was Willie Clark, the cornerback that he made miss on that play.
And remember, Clark's the one that caught him from behind on his long run, the 77-yarder. Again, moving with the no huddle. Joe Aska is now in. He's there to block. Hostetler battles his way, and that's going to be a flag is down. He almost got back to the line of scrimmage, and then he was nailed.
Oh,
Sean Lee said, whoa, hello, that's enough.
Sean Lee got some serious wood on old Jeff.
Yes. And Junior Seau is down. Holding call against the Raiders. And Seau, if you were with us during the first half, came up limping very early in the ball game. Has that pulled hamstring, did not practice the last couple of days. Boy, he really has gutted it out today.
Wow, that's exactly what I was going to say. 10 tackles today. And I tell you, he doesn't have much of a hamstring right now. He's got mostly guts running down the back of his leg. I mean, because that's what he's playing on. That's what he's running on. Because you don't play with a pulled hamstring. At least most normal mortals don't play with pulled hamstring.
The 10-yard penalty against the Raiders.
See, look at the size of his legs. That right leg is wrapped up. You can see the size of it. Even in those dark blue pants, you can tell that right leg is bigger.
50-yard line, second down and 16. Hostetler throws, juggled, and dropped, incomplete.
And that's Junior Seau right there in the middle of it.
Ricky Dudley, the intended receiver.
See, now this is instinct. Look at Seau, 55. He goes out of the screen. He just drops into his spot, and he just knows where he has to be around the ball. You can notice it right at the end of that play, too. He grabbed the receiver's hand. He grabbed Ricky Dudley's hand to keep him away from it.
Remember we were talking with Kurt Gouveia, and he said what an inspiration it is to play with Junior. Says he is so intense that it just feeds off to everybody. 3rd and 16. The pass is complete. It's to Joe Aska at the 43-yard line. Gain of 7. So it's going to be 4th down and about 9 yards to go for the first down.
No doubt about it here, Charlie. In this situation with 5:25 to go, you go for it.
They mark it at the 42. 4th and 8.
There's no doubt about it in this situation. Your money man, your all-pro, and Hostetler's favorite receiver is Tim Brown.
Tim Brown, number 81. He is wiped out. The pass is caught by Joe Aska. Aska inside the 10. There was a flag dropped at the 40-yard line. Aska, who was there to block, ends up picking up 36 yards. The wounded duck just as Hostetler was hit, but the flag was dropped before the pass was thrown.
I think this is going against the Raiders. Charlie, I didn't know if that was a pass by Jeff Hostetler or his teeth that came out of there.
False start, offsides, offsetting. I'm not sure that's possible. We'll see Hostetler get hit.
Well, look at this. I know what's possible here. It's possible that Jeff Hostetler might be the first thing that hits the ground at the back of his head. Oh, that's in the quarterback's face. That should have been a 15-yarder right there. You talked about the one on Humphreys earlier. That is blatant in the face mask. They missed one.
And it was not a false start. It was an illegal formation. So with an illegal formation, you can have offsetting penalties.
It was Marco Coleman that did that too to Hostetler.
So we do it one more time. 4th down and 8.
Play clock down to 5.
For San Diego and for Oakland, this is one of the big plays you have to make. Hostetler underneath. It is Tim Brown, slips a tackle. He's got the first down. 4th and 8. You said main man, they'll go to him, picks up 15 yards.
They got it on the fluke to Joe Aska. The replay, which was for real, he gets it to Tim Brown.
29-yard line.
Some things you can't do anything about. That might be one of them.
4:20, time remaining. Hostetler looping it into the end zone. Nobody was there. I think he was throwing that one away. Out of time. Everybody was covered. Let's take a deep breath.
Well, Darrell Hobbs was running down the middle of the field. That ball went over to the left. And,
Ladies and gentlemen.
You know, you listen to Collingsworth on the pregame show today. He told you about Hostetler making the point to his receivers in the huddle. If Hobbs is at fault, Jeff will make that point to his receiver in the huddle subtly. He's not going to grab the guy's face mask. He's going to bend over right about here, which is right next to Hostetler is Hobbs. Kind of look over at him. He'll get the idea.
Jim Brown, who converted with the reception on 4th and 8, has 8 for 89 yards and a touchdown for the Raiders in the ballgame. 2nd and 10. Hostetler throws over the middle, incomplete. Kenny Shedd, who in reality is the 4th wide receiver for the Raiders, and they simply do not go to a 4 wide receiver set, but that's his status.
Nice pressure by the Chargers up front. He knew he was coming on a blitz there and had a good matchup with Napoleon Kaufman. Was Junior Seau. He's the one that hit Hostetler there right before he wanted to throw the ball.
3rd down and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Look at Ricky Dudley. Split out right. The big 6'6" tight end.
And again, trips 3 wide receivers right side. They used the semi-pick the last time to score the touchdown off of that formation. They come back over the middle to Tim Brown. That was 3rd down and 10. They're going to face 4th down again, this time at the 21-yard line. It'll be 4th down, a couple of yards to go. No huddle, here they go.
4 minutes to go. And their defense, I don't know if you don't kick a field goal right here on 4th down. You were far enough out before that it was out of the question. But I think you come in here, kick a field goal, let your defense get you the ball back.
.353. San Diego 33, Raiders 21. That's Terrence Shaw with a leg cramp.
I tell you, they got to get into the end zone if they go into the end zone with Tim Brown. Not much doubt. Or Dudley at his size, 6'6" in this red zone. We've harped on the lack of success that the Chargers defense has had. We'll see how it continues.
We have a timeout. You're watching the NFL on NBC. That following the game on most of these stations, it's an all-new Dateline Sunday. Then it's the 1-hour season premiere of Third Rock from the Sun, followed by the network television premiere of Steven Seagal's On Deadly Ground. Viewers on the West Coast, of course, will see these shows at their regularly scheduled time. Mike White looks in from the sideline. 4th down, 1.5, a yard and a half. And it is intercepted. It is Willie Clark. Clark starting for Dwayne Harper down the sideline. He is going to score, and that should be it. 84 yards with the interception return. Hostetler is down. What a play by Willie Clark.
Just a great job of Clark anticipating exactly where Hostetler was going to go with that ball. With the rush Hostetler was getting, it was the only option he had left. Going for the little double pick, trying to throw it to Tim Brown. Not a bad guess from Clark's standpoint. If you're going to guess a receiver, guess 81. and it was the Raiders that guessed wrong.
And remember, Hostetler said those big plays that you have to make. That was one of them. It was 4th down, 1.5 yards. He does not make it. Who makes it? Willie Clark for the San Diego Chargers. That could give them the victory.
And more importantly, from the Raiders' standpoint, Marco Coleman goes right into the left side of the knee of Jeff Hostetler. It's the right knee that's been bothering him lately. Now he's got bookends, it looks like.
And the extra point is good by John Carney. And the score is San Diego 40 and the Oakland Raiders 21. We'll be back in a moment. This is the NFL on NBC.
Marco Coleman right into the side of the leg. He's walking around. He's doing all right. But you know what that one thing just tells me when you're looking at a whole litany of injuries in that short a period of time? He does not have a very good offensive line. If you got a quarterback that we always have to talk about how tough he is, we always have to talk about how hurt he is, maybe the guys in front of him aren't doing their job they're supposed to keep him off. You see the size of that brace on the right leg of Hostetler, and it was the left knee that took the last shot.
And here is the kick. And on the return is Joe Aska. Remember Aska earlier when he was in and he had that 36-yard reception that was brought back by a penalty, and also he had stepped out of bounds. And this time he's on the kickoff return team, number 35. Taken in the 3rd round of the draft last year. And Billy Joe Hobart is now the quarterback for the Oakland Raiders. So Jeff Hostetler is down. Harvey Williams is down.
17 yards.
Charlie, the rest of the Raiders season in 1996 all depends on the health of number 15's left knee.
Hostetler 24 of 45, 260 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And here's Joe Aska. Aska still going. He's been really impressive.
Aska run out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
Today is the first time that he has touched the ball offensively this season for the Raiders. Played his collegiate ball at Central Oklahoma. Born at St. Croix in the Virgin Islands. And attended high school in Putnam City High in Oklahoma. 2-year letterman at Central Oklahoma and a finalist for the Harlan Hill Award, given to the top Division II performer. And he has shown us why this afternoon. 45-yard line, gain of 25. Over with pressure, drops it on to Aska. He just plows ahead, doesn't he?
Well, he really does. And you know what he's facing is a soft, give up the yards kind of defense from San Diego that's got one eye on the ball and the other eye on the clock as we move down to get underneath the 3-minute mark.
Aska also the MVP in the blue-gray game. And he returned 3 kickoffs for 72 yards in that ball game after his senior year. This pass is complete to James Judd. And it's a 1st down. Clock moving, 2:46 and counting time remaining. Chargers lead it by 19, 40-21.
Billy Joe Hobart showing a pretty good mastery of this no-huddle offense himself.
Now, did I understand that the Raiders did not run the no-huddle in preseason or in training camp?
Yeah, Jeff Hostetler told us they did not practice it in preseason, didn't practice it until right before the first regular season game.
He goes deep and is knocked away. Rodney Harrison knocked it away. Tim Brown, the intended receiver. Second down, back at the 35-yard line.
You know, if you were following this game this week, you read an awful lot about, you know, what kind of condition would the Chargers be in once when you saw them again after the debacle at Lambeau Field last week and being thoroughly embarrassed in a good part of the country. And you have to say Bobby Ross did exactly what Pat Swilling from the Raiders said he'd do, and that's get his football team ready to play, because it wasn't real pretty, but they took advantage of every flaw in the Raiders' attacks.
And they came into a hostile environment, and they're able to pull it off. And then they will return home, but it's not going to get any easier. They host Kansas City next week, And then they're back out on the road against Denver. Kansas City undefeated. They defeated Denver today. Kansas City is 4-0. The Chargers with a victory here today. Their record would go to 3-1. Meanwhile, the Raiders' record would slip to 1-3.
Well, Bobby Ross has got a situation too with his Charger team that, you know, he doesn't have to worry about his guys looking ahead. They got a severe reality check last week. They can definitely live week to week as a team because they found out last week that, you know, maybe we're not that good. They're not as bad as they look, but they're not that good.
3rd down and 6, 36-yard line. Overthrows, pass is complete. This is James Jett. Let's see where he gets the mark. They're going to give him the catch at the 25-yard line. And if it does stand up, it could well be the 1st down. And now the 2-minute warning is going to be given to both benches. We'll step aside. You're watching the NFL on NBC.
I got a phone call this morning from one of our oldest customers.
40-21. We mentioned the fact that the Chargers didn't look as bad as they did last week. Well, maybe Green Bay is not as good as they look. They lose to Minnesota 30-21 today. Maybe Minnesota's as good as they look, particularly at home.
It's extremely early. Carolina takes out the Niners. They're now 3-0. Indianapolis and Miami are undefeated at 3-0.
Buffalo beat Dallas.
It's extremely early to go crazy about being 3-0 or 4-0. It's not too early to be panicked about being 1-3, especially if you're the Raiders with a Jeff Hosser on the sideline, maybe with a bad knee, because this team could be headed straight for the toilet if it is.
25-yard line, 1st down. Billy Joe Hubbard scrambling. He's to the 20, cuts back, makes a nice little move, and dives to the 10-yard line.
Joe Hubbard, the ball carrier.
And he picks up 15 yards and the 1st down. As Hostetler looks on. He hurt that right knee in preseason, missed the first 2 games of the regular season, and he came right down on it. And then he got his left knee injured here. No one knows how serious it is yet. And it will be 1st down. And we've got a timeout.
I know in college, this used to be the time of a game, you know, when it's a little out of hand, you know, you're ahead by 19 points and there's a minute and a half left. This is where you earned your letter. Everybody from the team that didn't really usually play got to get into play and get some plays in to get their letter. And it's something you hate to see when you're on the professional side of guys getting a letter on you.
And what do the Chargers face over their next 6 weeks? Their record after the first 4 weeks will be 3-1. And now they face Kansas City. Hosting them, they are 4-0. Then at Denver. Denver is now 3-1. Then they have the bye week. They have Oakland at home in a Monday night game. Oakland 1-2. Looks like they're going to be 1-3. Then at Seattle. Seattle winning today, but it was Tampa Bay that they defeated. And then they got Indianapolis, who's a very good football team. So you're right. They have to go week by week. Deep in the end zone, right in the corner, it's Tim Brown with his 2nd touchdown reception of the ball game.
Tim Brown out of the slot. Caught his 50th touchdown earlier in the day. And this ball should have a ribbon on it. This thing's a gift. Talk about a give him up kind of a defensive effort. There's no one near Tim Brown, and it's now 51 touchdowns in his career.
10 receptions, 109 yards, 2 touchdowns for Tim Brown. The Raiders will go for 2. The score is now 40-27, the margin 13. Play action fake. Incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Ricky Dudley. And so the score remains Chargers 40 and the Raiders 27. Third Rock from the Sun premieres tonight with NBA superstar Dennis Rodman.
Look at you, the hair, the tattoos, like you could be human. Yeah. Listen, Dennis, I gotta ask you, Madonna, where's she from?
Detroit.
Detroit Earth? Get out!
She's here. She's here.
Oh, what about Michael Jordan?
Robot.
Dennis Rodman on the 1-hour season premiere of Third Rock from the Sun. That's tonight at 8, 7 Central here on NBC. That's a great
Somehow
show,
it's pretty fitting that Dennis Rodman should be on that show about aliens.
And there is next week's guest star. No, not true. But for the Raider fans, it has been a long, tough afternoon.
Hey, these guys are accessorized, though. I'll give them that. You got the right color. That last guy had his silver earring. Guy's got his blue. Look, get out of here, or I'll beat you with my helmet.
This is the fourth rock from the sun.
Yeah.
They are one away from the other.
I heard Oakland referred to a lot of things when I was over on the other side of the bay.
Onside kick. Here it comes, right here. Has to go 10 yards for the Raiders to recover it. And they can catch it in the air. And it is up, it is down. The Raiders say they have it. One of the Chargers say they have it. Two of the Chargers say they have it. There's a lot of grabbing and pushing and shoving underneath.
I don't know who had it originally, but that guy doesn't have it anymore.
He has no shot now, does he?
Throw a bucket of water on him.
You peel everybody away one at a time and see who's left with it. Is there a lot of conversation at the bottom of that stack? Raiders have it on the onside kick.
No, there's not much conversation going on because there's a whole lot of grabbing going on and wrestling. Look at this. It's Junior Seau tries to catch it in the air.
Watch number 96. That is Paul Butcher.
Well, like I said, I guarantee you Paul Butcher wasn't the guy that had it originally in the bottom of that pile.
Right.
But he's the guy that comes out of there with it.
And Oakland has the ball at their own 43-yard line, first down. Now we have a minute and 25 left. And the Raiders trail by 13. That's, as you know, 2 touchdowns, 2 extra points.
A lot of confusion.
Win.
A lot of confusion, Charlie, for the Chargers defense. Guys late getting in, guys late getting out. I don't know who the designated slapper is on that defense, but he better slap a few heads to get their attention.
Over a little swing over to Joe Aska. Aska slips a tackle, slips another tackle, still going inside the 40, 35-yard line. Aska, what you can do for us, and Joe Aska respond. He has been a great spark for the Raiders here in the fourth quarter, 23 yards.
It's an amazing thing how good a motivated offensive player can look around some very unmotivated looking defenders.
55 seconds time remaining. And it's dropped by Aska. Now we looked at San Diego's schedule. Now the Raiders, it looks as if their record is going to be 1-3. They are at Chicago and then at the Jets. We have that ball game. Looking to that one in a couple of weeks. Detroit here at San Diego. We mentioned that Monday night game. Then they have their bye on the 27th. And then they open November hosting Denver. So they have their work cut out.
I said it already once, Charlie. If Jeff Hostetler's knee is bad, this could be a 3-13 football team.
Long year. Overthrows over the middle and incomplete. Ricky Dudley, the intended receiver, a couple of Chargers diving in front of them trying to pick it off, including Eric Castle. So we have 45 seconds.
3rd and 10.
It'll be 3rd down and 10 at the 35-yard line of San Diego. Tony Martin for the Chargers, 3 touchdown receptions.
Well, the difference in this whole ball game was that early period where Stan Humphries right there threw 3 passes in a row. Bang, 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 21 points. 3 touchdowns, 3 passes.
The other touchdown to Terrell Fletcher, 4 touchdown passes, a career game high for Stan. And for Fletcher, his first. Dropped off to Aska again. To the 30, to the 25, to the 20, and then down at the 19-yard line. Inside of 35 seconds, time remaining. Rodney Harrison with the tackle.
At the 19. Gain of 16.
That'll stop the clock. And here is Tony Martin. He now has 9 receptions, 127 yards, averaging 14-1, 3 touchdowns in this ballgame. That's a career game high. He now has 6 touchdown receptions on this year. David, I think that defense stings. Is that what it is? And here's Jeff Hostetler, the Haas.
And you know a quarterback is well thought of by his team when his defensive guys around him talking to him at the end of a game.
19-yard line, second down and 10. Here's pressure and jack. Whoa. Kurt Gouveia. Big sack for Gouveia.
Man, you heard the term decleater? This is a decleater. Because Gouveia's cleats are on the ground. Now watch the cleats come off. And soon thereafter, Mr. Holbert's cleats come off the ground. That is a decleater.
We talked to Kurt. Remember one of the things, we got to be ready for the no huddle. Well, he was ready this time for it, wasn't he?
Well, they really effectively had some problems with that early. I mean, Hostetler did a great job.
Here's a reminder that following the game on most of these stations, it's an all-new Dateline Sunday. Then it's the 1-hour season premiere of Third Rock from the Sun, followed by the network television premiere of Steven Seagal's On Deadly Ground. Viewers on the West Coast will see these shows at their regularly scheduled times.
So that's a great night.
It is. That's fun.
I love Dateline. It was great again earlier this week. Kind of scared me on some of the stuff they were talking about, but it was great stuff. And that Third Rock, I got to see Rodman.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he fits in. He may be a permanent member of the cast.
That's what they know as typecasting.
It is. Holbert going to the end zone, and Kenny Shedd slips open behind 3 defenders with 12 seconds left. Now remember, an extra point, you're only 6 down with 12 to go.
There is no way this should happen in professional football. But the safeties for the Chargers right here don't even play dead. They just stand there and look at it. It's not a kickoff going out of the end zone for a touchback, boys.
The score now 40-33.
And how many Raider mistakes and part of that early stupid-a-thon they put on come back to haunt them now.
Point after is good.
Point after is good. The margin is now 6 points. The Raiders have already been successful with one onside kick, 12 seconds. Now they lead by 6 with 12 seconds. And San Diego comes down with it. The Chargers have the ball. Alfred Papunu. And what a huge play that is in this ball game.
Well, that's like that one right there.
Yeah.
He's the guy.
Absolutely right.
He's the guy who could be a big part of this offense, a serious weapon if they'll use it.
So in a ball game that started out completely as a defensive battle, ended up being an offensive showcase.
And Charlie, really, Bobby Ross has got his team headed in the right direction. And Mike White, the Raiders, this football team, this entire organization, I think is in serious trouble in general. They're going to have a hard time recovering, I think, from this loss, especially without Hostetler.
But for the San Diego Chargers, after going to Green Bay and just getting blown out and looking so poor, that they come back and look very crisp, very sharp. The defense plays well, offense plays well. Stan Humphries throws for 4 touchdowns, and they win when they have to win.
Well, if it looks like a win and smells like a win, it's a win. It wasn't pretty, but it's theirs.
It is count. So San Diego is now 3-1. The Raiders are 1-3. Once again, the final score: San Diego 14 and the Raiders 34. For Randy Cross.